No self-respecting speech therapist would turn up to an initial home visit with a child without one of these. Or at least that's certainly what I've encountered. If you ask a speech therapist one of their go-to toys in their therapy bags, it is invariably a Mr. Potato Head. He might not always get used in a session, but he's just a really good thing to have around because you can use him for so many different parts of building language. And so today I have challenged myself to come up with 10, not 5, but 10 ways that you can use Mr. Potato Head to build your child's speech, language, and communication skills. So let's get to it. Okay, number 1, naming body parts. Oh, Mr. Potato Head is missing and what else would you like for him? Oh, the ear, fab. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 might be action words. So we might talk about Mr. Potato Head jumping, or stumbling because he's lost his glasses. Number 3, following instructions. So I might ask a child, can you give Mr. Potato Head a blue arm and a black hat? So how they respond to that gives me a bit of an idea about what their understanding is like. I might ask a child to then give me some instructions. What shall I do? You tell me, what kind of things shall I add to him? This gives me some useful information about a child's expressive language skills, how they can organize their words to tell me what to do. Number 5, making choices. So I might say to a child, would you like the yellow arm or the blue arm? Would you like an ear or some glasses? I am a big fan of offering children choices because it's a great excuse for us adults to model language that a child can use. And I'll pop a link up below to a video that I made all about offering choices to build language. Okay, next up, I think number 6 is talking about same and different. So we might talk about how Mr. Potato Head has different arms, what makes them different. We might talk about the colour or the shape. We might talk about how this Mr. Potato Head is different from this Mr. Potato Head. Talking about same and different is an important concept that children need to learn, and also talking about how something is different is a great excuse to start using descriptive language together. Another way that I use Mr. Potato Head is as a motivator. Maybe we're practicing a sound like p, 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 and I will offer the child one piece of Mr. Potato Head as we go. So one p. So the child is building up a big bowl full of Mr. Potato Head body parts that then when we've finished our practice time, they can get to making a crazy potato construction. Another way that I use Mr. Potato Head as a motivator is if we are doing some picture description stuff. After the child has described each picture, we might stamp it under Mr. Potato Head and he always says, "Thank you very much." Position words are a really great one to practice with Mr. Potato Head. We might talk about the things we put on the top of him or the front, and I might even hide something and I say, "Oh, Mr. Potato Head, you've lost your nose. Don't worry, I hid it under the table," or "I hid it behind the plant." Okay, what else could we do? Storytelling, of course, rich potential for language and connection with your child and for being creative and independent in your thinking. And Mr. Potato Head is just a great character. If you introduce a problem, then you've got a setup for the beginning of a story. You already have your character. You might talk about where he goes and what the problem is and how he could fix it. And finally, copying sounds. So sometimes children are more willing to copy a sound that a toy makes than what I'm doing with my mouth. I'll always put it up near my mouth so that they can also see what I'm doing, but I might say, "Oh, Mr. Potato Head is saying a sound, can you copy it?" Oh, here's another sound. G, g, g. Can you copy that? So there's just a few ways that you can use Mr. Potato Head to build speech, language, and communication skills in your child. Does your child like Mr. Potato Head? How do you like to play with it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you liked this video, you can hit subscribe for new videos every week. I'll see you soon.